Happy Pride, happy gay Christmas. I hope y'all are doing great and being gay. um, I've written out something and I was gonna read it out, but um, I feel like instead of reading it word for word, I just like skimmed through it and um, just have it from the heart. Um, After years of trying to find the right name for me, I finally found the perfect name for me. It's Elliot Aspen Oakley Cabrera, Eli for short, because I'm always gonna be Eli. um, I didn't just pull these names out of my ass. Each piece of the name has significance to it, and they are really personal to me. And I don't really talk about them much, but I decided, in honor of Pride Month, I can explain my name. So, hold on. Because here's the thing, I would just go freehand, but I will go all over the place in so many tangents. Like, it's better that I just ground myself every now and then. Anyway, I remember I wanted to change my name from Oakley to Eli because of a lot of internalized misogyny. I was being told by my peers that it was more feminine leaning and that they kind of associated it with like a character from this one show who was a girl and her name was Oakley, and I was like, nope, okay, changing it. And a couple names later, I was using the name River very briefly, maybe a couple weeks, when people were telling me that it was feminine, and then long story short, I was talking to my band director, Mrs. Betts. I miss you. She's not on my Facebook, but I still miss her. But we were kind of close, and she was helping me find names for me, and we were going through a list, yada yada yada, and she was like, "What about Eli?" I'm like, it clicked. It clicked. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. I like Eli. And so I started using Eli for a bit, and then later on I decided to make it short for Elliot. Not because I liked the name better, but because it's more like in honor of my mom. She's not dead. She's alive. It's just she wanted to name her son after her brother, my uncle Elliot, which I am proud to own his namesake because he is I love him so much. He's such a great joy to be around. He's super funny, and he's an amazing artist, and he actually is a professional artist. If you want to check him out, if you really like DC or Marvel, he's really good with that. I believe all his socials are Jerkmonger, and also this isn't a tangent. This is actually my in my essay. But yeah, check him out. He's really good. If you love DC or Marvel, you're gonna love his work. Anyway, so my mom wanted to name her son after him, and she didn't get to. She named my brother Michael Elliot, just in case my uncle wanted to name his son after himself, which he didn't. So I didn't want. So I love even though my whole gender and being trans is still kind of iffy with my family. I still love my mom. I love her to death, and it's like just a little tribute to her, where it's like, you know what, you didn't get to name your kid Elliot. I'll be the Elliot. I felt like there was more to that. But yeah, and I've been using Elliot for work because if you put Eli on a name tag, everyone just assumes it's pronounced Ellie. So now I do Elliot, and you know, it has a nice ring to it. I kind of like it, you know. So it's a good plus, you know. So for Aspen, um, I picked Aspen because in Colorado there was a lot of aspen trees, and they were beautiful, and I loved the white bark and everything. And it's like a little piece of Colorado. It's like the one little connection I have to Colorado is, you know, putting my name as Aspen. And I thought it was a great fit because my mom actually wanted to, one of the names she wanted to name me was Aspen Gray. But my dad was like, nah. so, so it's like another little tribute to her. So it's, I just thought it was a perfect middle name for me. And now to Oakley. I kind of like briefly explained Oakley for a little bit. Sorry, I'm like shaking. Even though it's been years since I've been referred to as Oakley, it was still a big part of my life. It was the first name I changed to, and it was a monumental moment that I started up my journey of sensing who I am. And honestly, I probably would still be Oakley to this day if I didn't let my internalized misogyny get the best of me. But Oakley and Eli are almost like two different people. I am not the same person as I was back in high school. I don't know how much I've changed. I don't really like keep track or whatever, but I know I don't know how that process happened with me changing, but I am a different person. I think that's just, you know, normal, you know, like you age, you mature. So it would be kind of weird to take back Oakley as my first name because that's not who I am anymore. That was like a different era of me. But the thing is, it was such a big part of my life back then. It was the first name that I changed to, and it was a big part of my self-discovery. And I kind of want to honor that this Pride Month. So as of today, I've added Oakley back into my name as my second middle name because even though I don't resonate with Oakley per se anymore, well, I still do in other ways, which I will get to in a moment. But even though I don't resonate with it like I did before, it was still an impactful thing in my life. And so this Pride Month, I just wanted to honor that that time in my life where I really started to open my mind to maybe I'm not a girl. Maybe. And look at here now. It's been so long, so long. It wasn't a phase, Mom. Anyway, my hair is like really Albert Einstein-y. My bad. Anyway, when I changed my name to Oakley back in mid-high school, I chose it because I wanted to be as strong as an oak tree, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And even though I'm not completely there yet, I am stronger than I was when I was Oakley. And I'm pretty sure that Oakley would be really proud of the person that we became today. So, happy Pride Month. I do want to say that not all, but a lot of trans people, our names are important. For a lot of us, it takes a lot of time and energy trying to figure out what works, what feels right, what does this name mean to us, you know? And people, like, something that a lot of cis people don't understand is that a lot of times they don't have to experience that. They don't have to experience that, you know, super daunting moment of transition between names, because whenever I was like changing names, it was so daunting. It's like I had to come out all over again, and it was so exhausting having to go to each and every one of my loved ones that know me by this name to refer to me as this name. It's not fun. And we don't change it to be like, oh, I think this is cute. Like, yeah, if that's your reason, go right ahead. But that's not the case for a lot of us, at least for me personally. And I remember fellow non-binary people being like, hey, um, I know you want to go by Eli, but can I just call you Oakley until you figure things out? Like fellow non-binary people telling me that, and I'm just like, that's exactly why I don't like changing names, you know? But anyway, I had a point to that. Let me. Yeah, and it's never easy. It's never easy during that transition. So please be understanding and kind to your fellow trans brothers, sisters, and siblings whenever they're still trying to figure out who they are and still trying to discover. Be mindful. Be mindful that, there's more that there's, I forgot how the term goes. There's more than meets the eye at the surface. There's more at the surface that meets the eye. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But, oh, and to Oakley, my past me, my former self, my former version of me, I want to say, fuck everyone else, and to just do what makes you happy and follow your heart, because you're the only person in your mind. And yes, people will have their thoughts about you, but their thoughts are not going to hurt you. What's going to hurt you is taking those thoughts that you think those people are having and then projecting it onto yourself, and then projecting yourself in a false way to a world that's not even you, because you have this internalized misogyny going on and you just want to appear more masculine, more feminine. No, just be yourself. Put on a little makeup if you wanna. Dress androgynously. Dress like a man. Go to the men's section. Do whatever the fuck you want, because at the end of the day, you're in your body and you are the only person you got. And I'm not saying that in a holistic way. You are all you got at the end of the day, and you need to make yourself happy. And that's a message to Oakley, but also to anybody else who is struggling with gender identity and trying to find the right name for them. I hope that you have a good journey with that. It probably won't be easy, but once you find that name that clicks, you're gonna feel it in your heart. Like Elliot Aspen Oakley Cabrera is what warms my heart. So, happy Pride.